Got his 1 game in. Gotta win. Never again.
Was it the Ricky winning the game?
No.
Not even a little bit.
Just...
Stats do lie. I think so. We are going to see a little bit of a change here as Digital Cast will move over to the Dire side.
This is their first Dire game? Or... Like for this series, not the whole tournament, obviously.
They were on Dire for game 1. If I'm not mistaken.
Were they?
They
Okay.
were Radiant last game, Dire game 1.
Yeah, 'cause,
and they're going to go right back
had
to the first pick Ricky.
Radiant side Chen, I remember. And back to the Ricky here, so.
And this was, DC were one of the first teams, I think maybe the first team, to start bringing first pick Ricky into the meta in the first place. And of course, that was with the Lifestealer.
Do you think they're respecting the Meepo too much?
Isn't Liquid the first one?
I think it was DC that did it first, but I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not sure. When you say when you give a team the credit for being the first to do something, it's like, well, maybe another team did it first in scrims.
It's like
NA
pubs. I know you see it a lot.
Yeah.
But overall, going back to the Meepo, maybe I think I probably feel the same as well. They are probably overrating the hero for DC.
Yeah.
A little too much.
That's 2 out of 3 games they banned it first phase.
Maybe they just.
No,
I don't want to say they feel.
They banned it first phase game 1, second phase game 2.
I mean, do you think?
Second phase.
Do they look at if they get that Meepo, we never go against it, we never scrim against this, we might just be helpless against it. So why even bother?
Truthfully, against the heroes that people are picking, it's still good. It's probably easier to run Meepo now than it's been in a while.
Wow. This looks familiar, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's the same reasoning from the last game because they took out the Nyx, then it makes Rider a much better hero. With Venge sort of out of the picture nowadays, Venge is weak, and he was considered a hero that counters bad a lot in the past. So those 2 heroes out, Rider is a stronger pick in this situation. But I'll be curious to see whether they still go back for the same route, go for the lane dominance, or they just build their draft around what they what they did in the first game, go for 5-man and they just push and group up together.
I think there are a couple things you need to think about as Fnatic, and one of them is
banning
you need to have some other way to get initiation. Because with the Batrider at a vision disadvantage, he's not going to be able to as consistently start fights. You do have the disruption maybe, but I'd still like to see another hero from Fnatic that has a way of getting the team into fights.
At least they...
Why not Earth Spirit? What happened, Winner?
Earth Spirit doesn't give vision.
He gets into fights though.
And dies. Just kidding.
Earth Spirit's actually not even that good against Ricky, I feel.
No.
Because you can roll in Clouded or something, and you're just like,
well, yeah, but you have to roll in with the stone, in grip, and you pull and get the silence as you roll in. That means you're not playing him good enough, Draskmal.
But if you don't see the Ricky, how are you supposed to silence him? Oh.
You should have dropped the ward ahead of time. No, you should know. It's a Ricky game.
So mid-roll, you drop the sentry, right? And then you find the Ricky,
it's possible.
and then you geomagnetic grip him and silence him.
Okay, mid-roll you drop the dust. That seems more likely.
Yeah.
Notice, by the way, the first ban that Fnatic goes to is going to be that Beastmaster. They're saying, okay, we're not going to let you have that just ridiculous built-in vision advantage that you came out at us with in the last game.
It made the Batriders game so hard.
Yep.
I like that ban a lot.
Well, to be honest, I like to play Batrider, and the hero I hate playing against the most is actually not Beastmaster, it's Night Stalker.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can
Night Stalker is
Night Stalker is
once he gets eggs.
Bruce Wayne is completely out of business when there's Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Oh my god, especially when he gets Aghanim's and you're like, okay, I'm done this game.
So DC, for their part, choose to ban one of those classic Shadow Demon illusion counterparts, the Terrorblade. I wonder if they're going to think about banning the Luna Morphling, maybe even the Alchemist with their second.
Well, like you guys mentioned earlier, you can't ban everything. You can choose to ban probably the ones that you don't want to face, or the ones that your lineup might struggle against more. Because there's going to be someone that pairs up with the SD. There's no choice.
Yeah. I think Alk is probably the scary one, right?
You don't think Luna is scarier?
I mean, Luna is definitely scary, but I think it's really hard to utilize Luna against Slark in fights.
Yeah, I guess Slark is really good versus Luna.
Not just the Meepo, a lot of respect being shown for we in these drafts by Fnatic, period. The Meepo and the Invoker.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to pick it up for themselves.
Yeah,
they do have a. I mean, depends who they put the Invoker on. I'm not gonna say.
Mid-1 Invoker is quite good.
No, let's give him one a hero where he can't get too crazy.
And there's the Luna.
There's the Luna ban, yeah.
And be able to hold the advantage that has been asserted in the lane if Fnatic do want to go for another approach on making, more emphasis on the laning stage.
I would still prefer like Disruptor against a Slug compared to last game where they went for something else. What did they go for?
Ogre.
Ogre, yeah,
Go
Ogre.
Ogre again.
Don't you think it's kind of easy to abuse lanes though if you have Disruptor and Shadow Demon?
I guess so, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, that's the problem with having SD.
Now, gotta mention that Drow is still on the table here
Yeah.
for both teams.
Yeah, we're done with that hero now. Moved on.
We've moved
she's out of
on,
the
yeah.
meta.
She's out the meta.
When you
She's
have
out.
when you have SD, you want heroes that can combo with it, like Kunkka. Like you want to disrupt and follow
Yeah,
up.
Fnatic could do like
I
the
would like-
Kunkka thing. They've done the Kunkka thing before. They could do
maybe
it.
Mirana also could work,
Yeah.
but I like the
I like-
Kunkka more.
Okay.
That's 2 offlaners for Fnatic.
Safe laner, maybe.
So,
Void.
I mean, yeah, I know, but it's like they have now flexibility on the table.
I like that as a Void gives you kind of that counter initiation that you lacked in the last game.
Better
It gives you
hero
another
against
way to
Slug.
initiate, but it also, if Ricky or Slug try to get in the center of a fight and create chaos, Chrono.
Yeah. You are gonna force the Slug to get like a Manta as well because of time dilation. It's very, very annoying.
Yeah,
for
That's a
Slug.
really good point.
Can't get any good. Nope. BKB heroes are not going to have a good time either. Fnatic will have ways of locking down regardless. So it's going to be tricky. DC though, for their second support, do you just get something safe, more supportive? Do you
Lion.
get a dazzle for
There's a
yourself,
Lion.
a lion?
Probably
Which
then
you've
they
had
want a
success with?
hero that deals more damage like Lion.
I mean, do you not like? Do you still not like Oracle? Like even if they want to get the Oracle for like against the Bat Rider to save the Slark. Slark and Oracle is amazing together.
I don't feel like Fnatic got a lot of value out of the Oracle in the last game, but that may just be because of the pickoffs again.
I think he meant for DC.
Yeah, for
Not for
DC.
Oh, for
Fnatic.
DC. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying because yeah, you need a. I would imagine maybe a defensive
Well, same.
support to go in tandem with Ricky and.
I mean, the cool thing is if you can Shadow Dance and False Promise together, it's
So
kind of
nice.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
You heal a ton, but I think it's more just the idea that the Oracle doesn't really seem to synergize well with their heroes.
That's fine though. That's fine.
Yeah.
Skill Lion. It's fine.
Saxa loves Lion. That's like the hero that he plays.
played a beastly Lion yesterday.
Yep.
I wasn't here to cast a part of it, but I was watching it, and it was just
Ravages for days.
It was ridiculous, man. He was putting in work against Secret in that first game.
It's also really good. It's good against Void because you can kind of disable him in the Chrono. The Impale is pretty long range. Mana Drain is super annoying for him as well. And plus, it's just added burst, so you can get a quick hero kill. Because that's kind of what DC's team wants to do. It's very similar to their last game. The Ursa was like the quick burst damage that they had to be able to get a kill and get out.
You probably
Now
already
Lion
mentioned
does
it.
that.
Yeah, good against the illusion heroes
Yeah,
too.
that's the main
Yeah, of
thing
course.
to me about Lion is that it's really, really good against the illusion spam.
Mana Drain and Hex OP.
So who do you get to preemptive that? Oh,
Interesting.
You pressure, you don't preempt it. Like you go pressure in the early game. SD Enchantress, similar to what Navi had as yesterday. With their Chen, they pressured a lot early. And Lion is not the best support to deal with the creeps that Enchantress have.
He's super bad, actually.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, at least he's better than AA. They had
Okay,
AA.
yeah, he's better than
Oh,
AA.
that's okay. That's a
They
low
had
bar,
AA the
dude.
last game.
But the problem is they can't really react to that pick, at least in a support sense, because they already have Ricky and Lion. So now it's just like Ench should be able to get a lot. Kind of surprising. I guess they want to play it more aggressive because they picked Enchantress and not Chen.
what if they get like Moo, a Timber or something to match up one-on-one? I mean, I don't know.
Because honestly, I feel
Timber's
like,
good. Ursa could still be good, although much less so than in the previous game. Okay.
I mean,
Where's
Ursa
Ursa?
owns Ench. I mean, that's the big
He,
thing.
he does, but the big thing here, unlike the previous game, you've got the Chronosphere has to worry about. You've got Bat Rider disables. You've got Purge. Purge can own Ursa.
Good
Yeah, that's
kiting.
true.
Really good kiting for the Ursa on the Fnatic side.
I mean, clearly we thought DC's draft in the last game was pretty weird, but they made it work, so.
Oh, Fnatic made their draft work.
Okay.
Fnatic made
come on,
DC
dude,
draft work.
come
I see what you mean.
You are a
That's
flamer.
that's a little bit. Come on. There were some without the mistake. If Bat Rider and Timbersaw play a clean game last game, it's a very hard game for DC. But I still like the concept of their draft.
So, is it not set yet what's happening with Bat Rider and Void? They have ran Bat Rider in the mid in the past. They have ran Void as a safe lane in the past.
Yeah,
They could juggle this around. Do you see the
Depends.
Ursa and change it up more?
I have to believe that you're going to see Ohio and Bat, but
Yeah, I don't think the Bat has a particularly hard lane. I think he could probably get quite a bit.
Yeah, it really depends on the last pick since they can, look at what DC
Right.
chooses first before they decide.
Yeah, they can find a good mid lane matchup, or if they need to kind of make an audible and change things up, they have the flexibility to do so. Their final ban of Fnatic is the Tide though, so yeah, DC need to kind of rattle the brain on what the Moo hero is going to be.
Tide was a very good ban. Tide is extremely good against the Lasso plus the Chronosphere.
Yep.
You jump in your Chronosphere, his teammate, he can just blink past your Chrono and ravage the rest.
Timber's still in the pool though.
Yeah, Timber is still there.
If they go for Timber, it means like everyone is gonna take a lot of farm and it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the Riki to. I'm not saying they can't do that, but it's gonna force the Riki to do a lot to make space for their team, which is like not easy against the Enchantress. And you kind of assume like Enchantress is gonna pressure you instead a lot early game.
So, Moo's hero most likely here.
So wait, if they ban Sand King, are they putting Ursa or Slark mid? Is that the plan, I guess?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they think... Yeah, okay.
For
That
sure.
makes sense.
You don't think Ursa's going mid? Like,
No, I was
I
saying
think-
one
I
of the
think-
two is going mid.
I think
for
it's
sure.
it's Ursa mid 100%, but there's always the possibility that Fnatic could come out with something weird. And if they do, that's the other thing that if they do try to put the Batrider mid,
That's a super good root pick.
Yeah, it really
that's
is.
gotta suck for Fnatic. Now they have to like what, put the bat down there?
No, they
just,
throw bat mid and they
snap
grab
pick
it.
Axe
Oh,
right
they-
now.
No, it's Axe or Darkseer. They snap grab Axe or Darkseer and they
I
throw
was
Batrider
just
mid.
asking Moo about this hero this morning on the way.
I mean, they still have Timber. Timber works well
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Chronosphere
But Timber is not really a lane counter to Brood.
And then they have to give mid one Timber again.
until you have level 6 and
Yeah.
hope he plays better this game.
Not that he played bad, but he did get a bit excited in that last game. But no
Dude,
options.
pick Axe. There's
Yeah.
4 melee heroes. Damn it. Okay, that's good
Boo.
too, actually.
Boy. It's good, but I don't know.
There's not really much pick off for the Ember, so if he can get at least a little bit of farm in the game, I feel like he can do a
I mean,
lot.
they have decent heroes like the smoke plus the when Lion gets blink.
Yeah.
They're pretty good catch for him though.
I just feel like
That's
I
like
feel
the only catch,
Fnatic
though,
could
right?
get rolled before Ember even comes online.
I feel like if you fake out like at least 1 or 2 times and make Misery walk across the map and you don't get ganked, then you're fine. Like you can just get as much farm as
It's
you want.
gonna depend on does the Riki do more or does the Enchantress do more for their team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about right. All right, final thoughts, Draskell. Who you got in this one?
Actually,
Elimination.
I like Fnatic a little bit more this game.
Okay, I think I'm going to take my DC boys. I like this concept in the draft. I think they're going to be able to execute it very well. One team is moving on. One team is going home. This is game 3. One more time over to Coddle Guy in Winter.
Thank you, Nahaz. Here we are. Hi. Here with Winter. Thanks for traveling so far to come see us. Well, here we go, Winter. DC versus Fnatic. We're going to be starting off our day with a 3-game series. You mentioned that for both of these teams, it's emphasis on the laning stage, seeing how well that character there, Misery's, Ricky's going to be able to perform, and then if the Enchantress for Fnatic is also going to be making any sort of early game impact. Do you think one could be more likely than the other, though? I mean, is the Enchantress slated to be able to have an easy target here against
I
maybe
think
like the mid Ursa?
I think Enchantress definitely has the more potential to do more compared to the Riki, but it really depends on another factor, which is whether the Riki blocks off the camps with the wards and scouts the Enchantress movements all the
What he's
time.
doing now.
So he might place a high ground ward or somewhere deep in the jungle. See where he goes for.
As we saw, he has a camp ward, not one to block it, but
I think he
just
wants
gets a
to
vision.
ward the high ground of the Ancients, because he's expecting DJ to help the off lane. That's what they usually do. No, he's actually. Oh, he has a ward in the mid lane.
Just behind tier 1 here.
Career? Career kills.
Carrier kills. That looks cool. That's what you want. Not spawning and blocking camps. That's not cool.
Yeah, but I could see Broodmother.
Yeah, Bruno. Let's talk about
Broodmother having
Bruno's
a good time.
Yeah, Bruno's laning phase though. They didn't get any sort of atypical lane dominator to go against the Brood. They got something to prepare for the Brood and have for the Brood later into the game when an Ember's farmed up. But what about the laning phase?
Honestly, if you ask me, their laning phase is even okay, you know. Like SD can get early poison to deal with the spiders, then you have the Flame Guard. I mean, Brood is gonna get levels and farm. I'm not gonna say he's gonna have a hard time this game against those heroes, but overall they have the tools to deal with him. So I'm not too worried about the Brood getting out of control this time.
Was it DC? It wasn't DC, right? Who played that Brood game we saw recently? I think it was
Cole?
Cole? Yeah, that was right. It was Cole, and they turned into a pretty nice farming Brood in the early game, but he got very proactive in fighting in that game and didn't just stick with doing Brood things. Do you think that's essential for DC as well in this game, or do you think, you know?
It's hard for him to fight though. Like there's Chrono, there's the Purge for him. Like there's so many things that he's very weak against though. I mean, I can see the point that you're bringing up whether he should fight, but this game I think fighting is very difficult for the Brood.
He just needs to do Brood things, eat up the bottom half of the map.
Split pressure and just wait for the Riki or Lion to help gank his lane and create enough pressure that Fnatic cannot contest DC when DC are trying to do Roche with the Ursa. So that's what I think he should look to do instead of trying to join his team to fight.
We'll see. I mean, that's how we felt with the Cole game as well, but they didn't stop them from getting excited and fighting.
You know what I noticed about both teams? They are running very similar things. Like they are rotating their mid laner and safe laner constantly in terms of their lanes and trying to get a very good lane matchup for the players. So they are very flexible about their two core players here.
Do you think that's a great trait to have and something that most teams should look to have nowadays, or do you think teams that kind of have their clear-cut positions, like
I think
like Alliance, let's say? You know?
I think it's definitely good to have more flexibility though. But then again, some might argue that you should just focus on one thing and be really good at it.
Yeah, I can definitely see arguments for both ways there. Being able to, you know, because we have that flexibility, you can pull out those fifth pick game changers.
Yeah, it's more likely that you have more opportunities to outdraft or outmaneuver your opponents, but right now DJ making the first move into the enemy jungle. He has Ursa creep plus a double damage rune before, and Ursa and Centaur.
And Saksa does have a Tree Eater, gets one last bash on the back of the head. But DJ's first little swing is not going to lead to any sort of first blood right now.
TP's back to assist his lane, but he's only level 1, so not sure how much he's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a 3-on-1 for DC, but you have Enchantress here with an army.
Enchantress is like 3 heroes.
Yeah, so I hope DC don't get too far ahead of themselves. Misery gets spotted briefly by that Sentry Ward, so they pop the dust and they look to make their move for the little goat man. Can they get him down? DJ, wonderful, looking to block him off from the other side, but Wee's already there, forcing him backing away. Misery still in trouble though. There goes the stomp from the Centaur, and that's going to lead to a successful first
he got
blood.
the clap before the creep expired. Damn, that was just enough time for that to happen. Some luck they're going towards Fnatic's favor.
Damn.
The bash, all these bashes are just
RNG, you know? It's a wonderful thing. So Ohio's free to still get off
well,
an extra
that's not what
damage.
people say about SB earlier when everyone is looking at that 17% chance.
Yeah. It can be a wonderful thing, it can also be a terrible thing.
Oop.
Resolution. Bump back. Only one stack. Just looking to harass him out from the lane here so Mushi can continue to assert bat dominance. And how's Mod been? Okay, level 4 Broodmother, so not really surprised by this move. Not enough to get him out of the lane, so he's going to be there to kind of grind his way up. He's almost got his soul ring good to go, and then he could just take part in the jungle soon enough. He's, you know, on his path to being a Broodmother.
Yeah, but this game, like I mentioned, Fnatic has a lot of good tools, you know, to deal with the Brood.
Not using them yet, but they do have the tools. They're
not needed yet.
Yeah.
Not needed
Okay,
yet.
fair enough, fair enough. They're putting most of their tools towards this top lane right now in the early game. They're definitely trying to make things a bit easier for Ohio and more difficult for Weehaw in the meantime. But as you can see, DC are not having any of it. They constantly have babysitters around and nearby. They keep Misery up here, even after that takedown, just to make sure that this Ursa isn't threatened too much. And they have something for the Enchantress when she does decide to skip along this area. She's going way deep though. She's like totally invading into DC territory and just using their jungle as her own.
Yeah, this Enchantress is putting a lot of pressure onto DC right now. Still haven't really got any kills yet, but he's still putting a lot of exerting a lot of pressure onto the two lanes. Slug is still doing pretty well considering everything. Like he has 17 CS towards the Bats 21.
And Mushi just continues to, you know, be a nuisance to Resolution. So it's looking like a pretty good start. You're seeing Mushi at 23-9 to Resolution's 19-4. Top lane, nice stun connection, and they begin to slash down Ohio, but they get a beautiful save, 3-4-3 in the nick of time with the disruption, and that means the time walk will allow Ohio to make it away safely. DC are not going to be able to strike. Weehaw's trying to make it back and away. DJ on pursuit. but he actually decides to pull off from the game.
Oh, they got
together.
the SD.
And turn it around, they get the SD, and that's why Fnatic probably stepped away in hopes of taking out Misery. They will get that kill, so it does turn it into a 2-for-1 trade. Still nice for Fnatic, good response play, and wonderful disruption from 343. Bottom lane,
Solo kill. You talk about the Brood getting into shape, not so sure now.
mid one is built up enough farm and has enough burst and potential, and with the help of the Sentry, they take him down.
And he has a dust.
Oh
So,
yeah,
big kill
every
there
day
for-
you see the Ember holding a pocket of the litter, ready to get a hold of a broodmother. That's something that kind of now will keep Moo in check. And,
so far, things looking pretty good for Fnatic after the last few exchanges. Saving the Void, getting a solo kill on the Brood on the bottom lane. And Mushi is still doing pretty well in terms of CS.
Ember's way up in CS, but of course that's inflated a bit because of the little broodlings, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, broodling inflation, I'm sure. But top lane, deep dive. They're looking to
Bash.
grab a hold of
Where's
Saksa
the
here.
Bash?
Can they get him down? 3 stacks. Oh, he's burnt up. Taken down. DJ picks up that kill. He's already on a killing spree on his Enchantress. Bottom
Dust.
lane, mid one has that dust again, and Moo wants to try to go toe-to-toe, or toe-to-toe. I'm not too sure. With the Broodmother, though, you're trying to just use those 8 legs to run the hell away around the trees. Not going to be able to make it out. They're going to slash him down with the Sleight of Fist. Misery's here, but it can't offer too much assistance. Mid one is really opening the game up, and we already know for Ember Spirits, you're hoping to have a solid start. They are very fragile in the early part of the game, but to see one here now already up 2-0 in the bottom lane, this has got to be
He's
wonderful for
redeeming
Fnatic.
himself after
Yeah.
the last game.
Yeah.
Oh, Saksa in trouble here. Mushi's gonna look for him. He's gonna find him. Easy kill for them.
They're just bullying DC. They are just really taking full advantage of this DJ Enchantress too.
Yeah, this Enchantress has been laying down all the early game rotations for Fnatic, taking control of all the lanes, pressuring left and right. Like we mentioned,
We've seen this before though. We kind of see this before, Fnatic, they're using their early lane advantage. This feels even more dramatic than last game though.
and Ricky is
so,
not doing much for his team right now.
Yeah.
So, and Brood getting killed twice by the Ember is really worrisome for DC right now.
what is the Ember going to build up? Straight to, I was going to say straight to Boots of
7
Travel.
minutes spots?
That's kind of good. That's kind of good. That's pretty good. He's farm, man. And you're right. I mean, he's probably out to make up for the Timbersaw game. Very disciplined Ember play. Taking advantage of only the situations that approach him and quick pickoffs on this Broodmother.
And DC have to find a way to sneak the Roshan with the Ursa.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be so easy here, but how much vision game does Fnatic have? They have an Enchantress creep, I suppose, but they also have a Bat Rider. If he's in the area, we already know how great a Bat Rider could be as
I mean, it's gonna be
anti-rogue.
hard, but trying to figure out what ways.
They might get mid one here. Oh, beautiful approach from DC. They're going to be able to land a beautiful smoke screen, and that
That
means
was
that mid
well
one.
executed.
Yeah, they were just in that perfect little nook of the trees, and mid one just came a little too far forward, and they had that smoke screen waiting for him. 343, who's trying to be around as the safety net, almost gets caught out, but looks like he's just far enough away.
Yeah.
He's flirting with danger though. He moved back in to get a Shadow Poison off, and that was just a bit too close, and they will finally be able to catch with him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just playing a dangerous game there.
Is that gonna? Is what happening in the second
I
game
just
gonna
said,
repeat
like,
itself?
we've seen this story before, but Fnatic seemed like they were being very disciplined.
Top lane, Amber's gonna respawn with his bots, and they have Chronosphere.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, he might go for the kill here. Bash. Oh, he goes bottom.
You know what though, for the sake of mid one, that was a really nice gank though by DC.
Yeah.
So it's
I
not,
mean, the
it's
middle
not like
one
he
is
overextended.
The middle one is fine because it was just a very good play by DC, but the SD dying after was
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah, just chalk it up to a tower loss or an Ember loss in the meantime. But he gets back into the grind of farm there in the bottom lane, picking up the pieces from just picking up his boots of travel. And you were making the call out that Misery's presence wasn't really known, but that gank in the bottom lane shows that he is still here. And with Moo in the bottom lane, his brood has been stunted down quite a bit. Hasn't really been able to flourish in the bottom lane whatsoever. So it's something Fnatic can occasionally keep on check, but they don't have to delegate so much to the brood. She's been kind of, knocked down a few times that they can worry about other things. And that is Charlie very sour about losing Smash 'em, sir. Alright, but
Mushi has to start to come into play.
he's got probably about 1,000 gold almost built up towards that Blink Dagger on his Bat Rider.
Did he finish something else first? Oh no.
Oh, he's actually got a lot more gold. He's built a full 1,000 extra gold since last time I checked out.
No, no mid one. Not again.
He's almost out of the cloud, but everybody else is there, and they quickly just hop onto him. Man, goodness. Four DC members
why
here.
is he playing so aggressive when there's a Riki that can always prevent him from jumping out all the time?
It's only the second time we've seen the Riki. I don't know.
And I'm having flashbacks about what he did in the Timbersaw game.
I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to be handing over a lot to DC when you've already built up and worked so hard to assert a strong laning phase
He
here.
needs to
Fnatic.
relax and chill, you know?
Chill out. I love the casual Blightstone on the Riki too.
Oh, mid lane we see Riki scouting the movement out.
Oh, they popped the dust. He's up above. They got him with the dust, but he's just a little too far here. They'll try to make chase, but by this point he's gonna get close to his friends, and they don't want to pursue on that one. Ooh, Winter.
Oh, finally!
What is happening?
Finally, they're gonna use the
Chronosphere.
The Chrono plus boost of travel.
Get that lion.
I mean,
Just that
They
lion.
should have done this the last time. They would have gotten the kill on the Ursa.
Yeah. Well, they do it now. It sucks that it's only for a support lion, but Fnatic happy to just get some morale
I mean,
boosted up and
if
get a
they
kill
did
again.
this the last time, Ember would be at top lane and he wouldn't get ganked at the bottom lane. So
We'll see if they keep this pace going, though. They got the blink on Mushi, so blink lasso ready to go.
Oop, resolution getting stomped out.
And there is the blink, and then a lasso to shortly follow. They do pull him right under. He gets a smoke screen. Oh, nice little flame break. We'll cancel out the TP. He gets spotted now. Pack's going to be concluded.
Wait.
Now's their chance to finish off the Slark. And they can make it a twofer possibly. Or will they end up getting only the one? Okay, no, never mind.
Okay, I mean, I was like, oh,
Whew.
that Ember was very greedy, but in the end they got both the kills. I was like, oh, maybe they should just secure the Slark kill instead of trying to get the Riki kill as well.
Yeah, for a brief moment it looked like they were going to get neither, but they end up walking away with both. This helps a bit from Fnatic kind of handing over a bit too much to DC.
That's great for the Ember after giving up 2 kills there. So, gonna put him right back on track, top of the net worth.
Does he go right for Battle Fury here? Is it a Battle Fury kind of Ember game?
Yeah, because I think
The Brood?
I think that he just needs the early bots to help his team. Apart from that, I don't think he needs any more early game items like another drums. So, getting the Battle Fury now seems like the most optimal item for him.
Do you think Fnatic could now approach this game in a sense where they just work around the cooldowns of the Chrono, and then they go for the lasso, and then
Yep.
back to the Chrono, just work around those two, and they could probably make fights with the
Basically,
Boots of Travel?
They just leave the Ember to clean up the lanes, defend the lanes, and the Void and the Bear Rider will be rotating around to find kills for his team, based on who has their lockdown, obviously, whether the lasso is up or the Chrono is up. I think the most important part is trying to hide the Bear Rider, so it makes it very difficult for DC to actually judge where the gank is happening. Like, it's really important to not show yourself in the lane as much as you can as a bat.
Yeah, he's currently hanging between
jungle.
mid and bottom lane,
He's in the
yeah.
jungle.
But
Not sure if there's... Okay, there's no ward, so I don't think DC knows it's all the way at bottom.
so Fnatic are going to make a commitment here for the bottom tier 1, it looks like.
Oh,
They
Mu.
will catch the chains on Mu here, mid 1. Going a bit deep. Does have some friends though. DJ. Whoa, from downtown. Got him. Nice connection.
Lands, bro.
The full rainbow effect too. That was nice. Nice little catch right there.
Oh, this Brood has had a really tough game so far.
Yeah.
So we don't see the hero that much nowadays. Like, apart from Alliance constantly picking. Oh, there we go. Another
Mushi
pick off.
Blinks
on
in.
Saksa.
Lasso up. Pulls back the line here and he gets toasted.
Oh,
And a follow-up, we see your lasso, and we also got a Chrono ready to go, and they'll get this kill. Oh, hold that thought. Misery gets off the tricks of the trade, and he gets the blink out.
He dusted too early. Alright,
Unfortunate.
it looked like a sequence of terrible events for DC, but at least they didn't lose the Riki.
At least they didn't lose the Riki. I mean, he is just the Riki for the team, but
They have a Blink on Ursa, Shadowblade on Slug, the first key items on both of their important cores now, so we'll see whether they can use
Yeah.
this to, again, get the Roshan.
because now's a good time, right? Lasso's down,
Yeah, it's
and
very
Chrono's down.
important for them to get the Roshan.
but they're actually the ones that are still getting jumped here. We don't have a lasso or a Chrono, but we'll still get you. Jump on Mu, and they take him down 2v1. Brood is just getting squished over and over again.
And Brood is just getting absolutely destroyed this game. Well, I'm not sure what other moves can DC make to come back into the game apart from trying to somehow get a pick off and transition to Roshan.
I mean, is Resolution getting okay farm and
And
we
it's-
because there's so much attention on the Brood? Like, I don't even feel like they
I mean,
might be recovering.
I guess
as
so.
much.
Like I said, the Brute has to, you know.
But the Ursa's just, he's
The Bat as well
low.
has Blink and Force off at 15. That's
He's very farmed. I mean, we saw Ohio play bad, what, last 2 games at least? 1 game?
I was actually going to talk a little bit about
Mushi picks it.
Mushi
He's got
playing
everything,
bad.
man.
Because I was discussing about Midwan as a player before during like the drafting phase, where I don't really like it sometimes when they put him on the tempo control hero, where I feel like he should be the one on the hero that takes up the most farm and leave the hero that requires to play around the team more to Mushi, and they're doing this game.
Yeah, he's playing a fantastic back game so far.
Can they see the Ricky? No, it's not.
Oh,
Even...
he's drop a sentry now. He's right there. They see him.
Oh, he was at the edge.
Saksa not quick to get off any sort of hex right there, but there's the follow from Ohio. It's a chrono committed just for the Lion here, but they will be getting more out of it. A double kill as they'll be able to take down the secondary support in Misery, and a lasso grab for Resolution, making a triple. Lady Enchantress DJ just from the high ground, boom, 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 pumping out all of the javelins, has a Dragon Lance, and is soon to be the other big core for Fnatic.
Soon to be the other big.
She is a big core. Okay, she is doing work. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, DC. I mean, until now, 16 minutes into the game, still hasn't really found any momentum, any tempo. Even after acquiring all those key items, the Blink and the Shadow Blade on the slot and the Ursa respectively. The next item would be the Blink on the Lion. So, but at the same time, I'm just worrying that the deficit they are in are just
Bit too much.
a bit too much. They have to somehow. I don't think there's any other choice. They have to get the Roshan. Apart from getting the Roshan, I don't see any other plans working for them.
If Fnatic end up getting the Roche, is that like almost nail in the coffin
Yeah.
status for DC? I mean, you have an Ursa lineup and you're not getting the Roche, and now you're getting just
They
spanked.
don't have the best heroes to get Roshan, so
Yeah. Yeah,
That-
when Fnatic do it, they have to do it a following up from some
a
sort of
team wipe.
skirmish. Yeah. They can't just move in there and do it. I mean, they could move in there and see if they can bait DC into
they're
coming.
doing the Roshan now. They're doing the Roshan now, so they have to get this Roshan on the Ursa.
And it doesn't look like Fnatic are too privy to it.
Yep, they're not going to be able to contest it, I think.
They already have people up waiting in case someone does come in. Resolution. Resolution. What the hell happened? Oh no!
The Enchantress!
Are you kidding me?
Okay, game's good.
Well,
Game's good.
Misery's just sitting there like, what the hell just happened? What
Okay,
just
that
happened?
is definitely the nail in the coffin. Oh my god.
This golem facing the wall is just like, I didn't want to have to look at any of this.
Okay, DJ MVP of this game.
Winner, can you explain exactly for those who happen to step away for a beverage or the bathroom what we just witnessed there?
A random golem walks in, stuns.
Hi guys! What are you doing in here?
Doing Roshan?
Oh, mind if I just casually throw this rock at you?
I mean, Fnatic just realized that the only way DC comes back into the game is just by the Roshan, and they don't see the Ursa on the map. So, he sends in the creep, scouts it out, kills the Ursa, gets the Roshan. Feels good.
Oh my god. We were saying already it could have been ill coming from Fnatic got it, but in that fashion, that is just ridiculous here. DC though, out for vengeance, and they'll
Okay,
take it out
that's-
on the faceless one.
That's the debut of the Blink on Saksa.
Okay.
So, 1 kill on the Void.
Pretty good, but
I mean,
gonna need a lot more. Gonna need a lot more here. Because while that happens,
they
big
need
one.
probably 5 more of
Oh
those.
my god. Oh, 5, I think you're even being generous at this point. Battle Fury done. I mean, you're
Okay,
looking at the insurance policy
Let's
of Fnatic.
be reasonable. 3 more of those.
3
No.
more? And it depends who they kill and how many of them.
Mid one, 3 times.
Maybe. Yeah. I can see that. He's got a blink now, so good luck trying to get him the first time. Boot to travel, blink. He's going to be all over the place waiting to just be hitting critical
bomb.
mass, but
Smoke bomb. Smoke bomb. Smoke bomb. Get him. Smoke him.
nope.
Smoke him now.
Jump in, the longest sleight of fist ever. And he brings in a pretty penny. Meanwhile, Hurricane Pike on the Enchantress here. Oh, look at this DC, able to get the
Oh,
snag and
this
take
is a
down
big kill.
Mushi.
Big kill.
Okay, that's one step. Gonna get more. DJ, stunned
He's
up.
actually so tanky.
Oh my goodness. Pulls back and away. The stat.
Oh.
Oh, almost enough. Oh, and they got him. Mid one snipes him down there with a sleight of fist. Beautifully done.
I mean, if that Enchantress is not that fat, I mean, he would be dead there. Purge onto move. Poor Brood Mother still can't catch a break. Can he get the chains?
No.
Oh.
Makes it back just in time for the Echo Saber. But Resolution also here, trying to go for 3-4-3. Gets to turn the corner here, but is Resolution going to make it away from the bigger target? Yeah, mid one is like, you know what, dude? Go for my support. That's great. I'll get you. I'll get your friends. And soon I'll get your base. 2K gold now in reserve for the Ember Spirit here. 19-7. Fnatic really opening things up now. DC a bit all over the place here since that hectic Roche.
Okay, gem on Batrider. This is the time for them to remove the vision. Just make sure they don't get caught by the Riki scouting them out. Or even the Slug running around with Shadow Blade.
And DC just trying to at least build up a foundation for themselves, dropping down sentries all over the place here so they can have some sort of safe area to try to get some farm on their cores here. But Saksa is like, I'll just make this safe. He gets tied up, pulled back, kidnapped, and yeah, it's not safe. No matter how many sentries you want to put down, it's never safe against Fnatic right now. My goodness, Winner. You're just speechless, huh?
They're doing everything correctly, and for DC, their last move was to snag the Roche, and they don't even get that. So, apart from the Lion getting kills with Blink initiations, not sure what else they could do for DC.
Here's Fnatic though, they are inside the DC home, dancing all over the welcome mat here as they take down this tier 3. DC,
Oh,
I mean,
SD?
not too many responses. What can they do about it here on the other side? You see Resolution manning up against the SD, who does do the self-disruption. Meanwhile, they are going to be losing their supports. Misery is going to be going down. They step back, and they get right back into the grind of going for these racks. Long chains connection on Saksa. There's the chrono. It's a two-man connection with the time dilation. They easily take out one, and they will leave Weeha B. Meanwhile, a creepy Broodmother attempting to, drop some webs on them, but that's not going to be enough to deter Fnatic. Fnatic are here, and they are not leaving unless they get a set of racks. Or unless they get a kill on the Brood. They move back, so they spot her out, they take her down. And then Misery also jumps in on the action. Him, Resolution, this could be DC's like final hurrah of a defense if they have anything to say here. Misery saved in the meantime with the tricks of the trade, but he soon falls after that. Resolution also might not be able to make it away. He goes down. Mid one is unstoppable here. DC lose 4, but Mushi's about to make it 5 as he gets the lasso grab for Weeha, pulls him right into his team's arms, and that has made this game go from bad to worse for DC. When all is said and done. A huge push down the mid lane. Fnatic take a big team fight in the end. Take the mid set of racks. DC need to think about what plan C is.
Plan C.
Plan C.
Hope for a troll.
Hope for a troll? Hope for Fnatic to start playing with their feet.
Bro, what else can they do? I mean, pickoffs. Like, I don't think there's much the other heroes can do apart from hoping for Lion catches out the Ember or the Void, split pushing, farming around.
Well, they need to figure it out. Otherwise, they are going to be eliminated from the Starlander I-League Invitational winner.
Okay, they're gonna try here.
Okay, Orchid on Ember Spirit. Not traditional, but...
Blood Torn for the Slug.
Ooh.
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 Expensive and useless item. JK.
In Midwan's book, we'll see. Smoked up, Fnatic looking to go for the crushing blow here. As they approach all the way towards this top lane, it looks like Weeha is heading out. Oh, if he heads south though, he could be running into trouble. And it looks like he may have been spotted, but he's able to blink away. But oh, they got the chains waiting for him. And then that means that Mushi can make his approach. Gets him with the lasso pullback. Weeha goes down. He's out on the sidelines for 45 seconds before he can join the rest of his team. This helps secure that Fnatic can make their approach in this top lane and eliminate the final, or not even the final outer tower, just this tier 2 in the top lane. Oh, Saksa spotted here by mid one. Ooh, a nice little smoke screen from Misery. Helps him for a few seconds, but eventually he will get sniped down there from the Sleight of Fist, and then Misery will also run back into mid one once more and then go down. They have it from both sides.
It's just stalling on them, Dakota.
Yeah, they're just styling on DC right now, overall. And DC are just throwing their bodies out from the base here.
At least everyone is playing like well this time. Like, it's very similar to the first game where Fnatic understood their lineup, executed the important parts. There were small mistakes here and there, but overall the general plan was well executed by them.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't help. I mean, obviously DC recognized like the situation they were put in. They wanted to be able to get the big Roche in hopes of coming back, but you know, Fnatic were just.
Then again, it's like the first game, remember when I mentioned that they had a Mirana off lane, which Mu couldn't do much with, and this game the Brood, which didn't do much.
Yeah, it seemed like a cheeky fifth pick there, but I mean, was it just the Ember pick or that made the Brood a non-factor at the end, or was it just something with how the lanes were situated?
Ember was definitely one of the better heroes and to deal with the Brood, and apart from, even if you don't talk about the Ember, the other heroes are still very good at dealing with the Ember. The Bat plus the Void.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the laning phase, it was only the Ember and the Shadow Demon for the most part, but hey, Mushi here gets a lasso pullback, 2-man Chrono, and Ohio begins to, or sorry, yeah, 3-man Chrono as he begins to, well, there's no more 3-men. And that will be game. Misery calls it for his team, and DC have just been eliminated from the Star Ladder I-League Invitational as they get bumped out by Fnatic, who of course fell short in their matchup against Na'Vi in the first round, but ever since then have been on the warpath to make their way towards, well, possible revenge against Na'Vi in the end of this tournament. But they're making a good journey there so far, Winter. What do you think about Game 3 of Fnatic versus DC?
Very similar to Game 1, like I mentioned. Fnatic had an overall very solid strategy.